Hello there, and salutations! Greeting to all of you wonderful folks out there in the digital ether. Your old buddy Noah Mitchell here from Zenoscope Entertainment, coming to you on another wonderful Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month, in fact. And if I'm not mistaken, that can only mean one thing: first Tuesday of the month. Oh, yes, that's right. It's time once again for our favorite, fantastic, incredible retailer live stream. Yes, that's right. Every month we bring you the hot scoop from a wonderful comic book store somewhere within the continental or just general United States. This next store that we will be interviewing today is from the great state of Montana, Glendive to be exact. And if Frank Zappa is to believe, they grow dental floss in Montana. I don't know. We'll see if that's true or not. We'll ask our resident experts. But if you don't know what's going on, our retailer live streams are just a little live stream that we put together back during the pandemic. It was a way for us to connect with those local comic book stores that we weren't really able to get to in quarantine. And after the pandemic kind of lightened up, it loosened up, we still kind of kept going with it because I'll say it every month and it bears repeating, even if you're sick of hearing it from me. The comic book stores, those brick and mortar locations, these are the lifeblood of the comic book industry. We as a company, as well as all of us as an industry, would not be where we are today without that continued love, support, and connection with all of those homegrown stores. So this is really a way to kind of give back, to reach out, and to connect. As a friendly reminder, half of the proceeds that we get from today's sales segment will be going directly to benefit the store that we are interviewing. And that store is actually Hell Creek Music and More. I'm very excited, and I think you'll see why, because this is a very unique store. I've got Christy in the backstage, and Christy, if you're ready, I'll bring you on.
Yes, I'm ready, Noah.
All right, fantastic. How you doing out there?
I'm doing good. So I really wanted to start from the outside of our store because it's kind of unique in itself. So I'm going to flip my screen around and we're going to walk into the store as if you were just walking into it for the first time. Okay.
Perfect. Give me the full experience.
Okay. So we have this cute little sign up here, and we walk in, and then we have. So I got our signs here. We got some all kinds of fun music stuff and some comic book stuff. And I'm going to go through the comic book section here, right here. All right.
You guys have two different doors depending on what your interest is.
Well, yeah, and then my husband switches them from time to time, so don't rely on that.
Okay, good to know.
So we go through, and we are greeted by a 38-foot T-Rex.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Where'd you dig that up from?
Oh, there's a long story behind that one. To shorten it down a little bit, this is actually a replica or a cast of Pex Rex, or which is also known as Montana's dinosaur. It was discovered in the Fort Peck area. There's a whole history behind that one, and then again, the history on the replicating of it. But in essence, we ended up getting it from a friend of ours who initially bought it that was illegally made. Everything got settled out of court, or settled in court, to where we were allowed to buy his copy and keep it on display. So that's really a strong nutshell of it. There's a lot of things going on, but we are a first and foremost, though, we also have all the dinosaur stuff in here. I'm going to look, have y'all look around a little bit, because it's just such a different. And then we've also had a variety of different bands that came through. We did at one time own a venue, but that recently just got burnt down. So that was sad.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Look it up regarding the Jordan Hotel, which was a really famous hotel in Glendive. It got burnt down, and our theater was next to it, and that got burned up with it. So sad, very sad. But we were smart enough to keep a lot of the mementos before.
Nice.
So that was a good thing. So this is like the one side of the entrance of the store. And then if I show you, there's the archway, goes into the second half. Now there's a third part of the store, which we haven't gotten into yet. So, and having a music store, there's a responsibility of keeping the instruments, I guess you would say, hydrated, because if you don't, they get dry. They'll dry out and crack. And so what we have opted to do is put in aquariums. Okay, so we have aquariums.
Oh,
And in that process, because we are a music and more store, we sell fish supply.
that's great. Is there
Yeah, so we
anything you
have
guys don't sell?
live animals.
Okay, good to know. But
And then
you got the skeletons of them. You've got the fossils at least.
yes, we do. There's another dinosaur right there. And then one of the things we opted to do, my husband does not like barbecue sauce. And so we spent a year creating our own recipe, and we created a sauce that is a sweet and smoky sauce that is not like a barbecue sauce, but it tastes better than a barbecue sauce. And we literally sell out of this all the time. And that's Montana made. And we also have a little heated version of one, which is, like I said, there's a little sticker saying, all made in Montana. And then that one's a little stinger. And then we're going to get even we've been requested by people to make even a hotter one. So we're coming out with a hotter one as well. But this one right here has no spice in it. It's not hot at all. It tastes really good. And then on this side, that is not the guitar side, this is our row of pops.
Holy pop.
Holy pop. Yeah. It still keeps on going and going and going.
Yeah. I mean, first off, it's a beautiful display.
Yeah. We have so many, we had to turn them sideways.
Well, that's smart. That's smart.
So, and then for those who can't decide what to get, these are our mystery boxes right here. So a little question mark, little mystery boxes. And these size boxes are $60, and they have tons of stuff in it.
Wow.
And then we have our toys. We have a variety. And some of these toys here, though, are also collectibles. So we have a variety of collectibles and toys. And then we have, I guess you'd call Sloobin. Sloobin is just the same size as Legos, but a third of the price.
Nice.
And then we've got our stuffed animals.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. And then we also have, along with our dinosaurs, we have rocks and minerals.
Man, I am imagining like you guys are Glendive's like one-stop shop. Like, oh, what do I need? A guitar, comic books, aquarium, supplies? Where am I going to go? There can't be one place that has it all.
Yeah, we do. So and also too, if you're really into rock and roll and everything like that, we also, I got to flip this up here. These are some signed bass guitars and guitars of Kiss. And we have, when you first walk in on the other side.
Whoa.
This is on the ceiling.
That's great. The Ace Frehley, Gene Simmons.
Yeah, those are the Angels. They all have Kiss faces on them.
That's great. Now, did you guys have that like made? Did someone
yes
for you?
Yes, Mike Meisner. He's a local artist here in town. We also sell some of his prints, and that's an 11-foot guitar, by the way, if you're trying to figure out how long this is. So, and then this says, I don't know if you can read that from the glare, but it says, God gave rock and roll to you. So that's actually from his songs. So, and there's the finger of God and the lightning.
That's great. Now, I saw your website is just hellcreekmusic.com, correct?
Yes.
So I was doing a little snooping earlier, and I saw online, are you guys like officially like a Kiss fan club like headquarters? Because I saw like a lot of the Kiss stuff.
Yeah, we're actually what you call Montana's Kiss Army location. So
wow. So you're verified, certified, Kiss approved.
Yeah. There we go.
That's awesome.
So, and then we, like I said, we more fish here, but the aquariums work great for our guitars and stuff. So I'm going to kind of swoop you around here really fast. Sorry about that. But to give you an idea of the guitars that we have, if you can catch that, we have a whole wall here of guitars.
I know, rivaling the pop setup.
So there's this. We haven't gotten to the comic book section yet.
Oh my gosh, we haven't. I was like, okay, we saw the pops. We got that the pretty comic booky. I realized there's so more to go.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the comic book section yet. And so there's some more here. We go over here. And then I'm going to know, I don't know if many of your fans know who Michelangelo Badio is, but he's like the world's fastest guitarist. He plays like guitar that's been around a few million miles there.
So I can see it in the display case. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's the other one that he has, and then a few other designs that he has as well. And so, and then we have other Mike Meisner, the same person that did our ceiling with the guitar and everything. He also handcrafted these guitars as well. So nice. These are some of his works, and it's a combination of a piece of art as well as a functional guitar.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then we have some other signed guitars. Now, these are all behind glass and everything. We have these on display for people to see. So there's a lot of variety of things here to show off. You know, we have one here that's Lita Ford.
Oh, wow. All autographed.
Yeah, exactly. And then we also have our KISS shirts. We've been to, I think, 3 different KISS cruises. And so we have a collection of shirts. There was one of the things on the KISS cruise is that you go and exchange shirts and stuff. So that's kind of where we got a lot of those at. Now we're going into our comic book section. So I kind of want to surprise you here as we go in.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Now we're walking to the comic book section. So here we go. So this is now our comic book section, and it's like the third part of our store. And so I'm like trying to show here. I know there's a lot to see here. We've been in business for 21 years.
Yeah, how did you guys first get started? I'm seeing some tarot. I'm seeing some Zenoscope.
Yep. Oh, there's going to be I'm saving that for last. I hope that's okay.
Oh, of course. So yeah, please tell me. So you guys started in, I think you said like 2003, right?
Yeah. And so we started in 2003. Here we come up to some Zenoscope here. Yeah, we have it highlighted.
Nice. Oh, the lights look really cool on those too.
There we go. So we got Spidey Man on the door here. So kind of give you an idea of our comic book wall too.
Man, that's all. You guys got a great, again, it's not just that you guys have like, because it's one thing to just have, oh man, all of these, guitars and music, collectibles, and then, maybe 1 or 2 comics. But the fact that you guys essentially have 3 fully stocked stores. Oh, it's seen a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's and so, but just to give you an idea, so if you look around, we have dinosaurs and oddball things flying around here too. So we started in 2003, and it kind of started off before that when we went and visited things that our kids like to do, and that was like dinosaurs. My eldest daughter loved dinosaurs, and so we would do these little dinosaur adventures, and then we ended up in eastern Montana. And so from there, we bought a house, and then a couple years later, we actually moved out here. But my husband at the time was a general manager for a music store, and one of his passions, he collected comics. And so we combined our passions into something all together. So we combined the comics, we combined dinosaurs, we combined a bunch of things. And people go, well, why Glendive? Why Glendive? Because at the time, Glendive was really struggling. And we just liked Glendive. Glendive was a small town. It was a town that was easily accessible. I-94, Highway 200, Highway 16. I mean, the 3 junctions are right here. So it wasn't hard to get to. And we just, the ability to have a business out here was very inexpensive at the time. And it's still really relatively is still, you can still pursue the American dream out here. It still can be affordable. And so that's kind of what we did. And we started with a building and $300. That's what we started.
Wow.
And this is a lot of work. I mean, it isn't an easy thing. And we really don't sell online. We do most of our stuff. We're brick and mortar. That's most of our business. We dabble a little bit with some things online. I mean, we're old enough and been here long enough to say, yeah, I bought Pokemon 20 years ago. Well, yeah, we did. And we kind of opened them up. Oh, these are nice. Stuck them in a, little box and threw them on a shelf, and then found them 20 years later. I think these are worth something. And then slowly sold them online a little bit. I mean, those kind of things we did. But as far as, like selling online and putting our store online, it was really kind of, it's a more of a collectible store. It's something you have to visually come and see to experience. So I hope, Noah, you come down here.
Oh, I would love to. Honestly, I was looking at, the map earlier, and I was thinking, I'm like, okay, 94, if I were to go to Chicago, I could drive that all the way out, hit up the web. Like, I was kind of like in my head trying to plan out like the road trip that could like hit this location.
Well, if you prefer bigger cities, Denver actually is only an 8-hour drive from us.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I definitely got to check it out. I mean, the other thing too is when I was just typing in Glendive, Montana, I was just seeing dinosaurs all over the place. There was like a dinosaur museum that looks like it's a little bit north of you guys.
There's actually three different type of museums. One is the Makoshika State Park, which is Montana's largest park, state park in Montana. If I tripped over my words there, sorry. And then we have the Creation Museum, which is probably the one you may have saw online. And then we have what is called the Frontier Gateway Museum. And the Frontier Gateway Museum and the Makoshika State Park are the two locations on the Montana Dinosaur Trail. And now the Frontier Gateway Museum has a variety of fossils, but also has the entire history of our town as well. So you go, I mean, it's really amazing to see how this town got developed. It's really quite fascinating.
That sounds really cool. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. Now, one question I personally got, do you guys sell your hot sauce, your barbecue sauce online?
Yeah, we
Okay,
do.
good. I was like, because I'm
No,
like, I don't know if I can
all
make it
for
out
us.
to Montana right away, but I really want to try that sauce.
And so yeah, it's $11, and yeah, I mean, that's something. Unfortunately, it costs just as much to ship it as it is to what it costs to sell it. That's crazy. I know shipping is pretty pricey these days. So,
Yeah.
but it is very, very good. So you got to come out here.
Absolutely. No, Montana, I have not been yet. That is one of my states. I'd love to hit them all in my lifetime. So hopefully sooner than later, I will get out there and get to check out all the dinosaurs, make a stop at your store, and then you be careful what you're asking, because I will probably spend like 2 to 3 hours just rifling through your comics and vinyl records.
Oh, that's more than fine. Some of our vinyl records, most of them, we were able to salvage quite a few of them before the theater burnt down, because a lot of them, I don't know if let me just walk over here. If it's still on the counter. Nope, Steve took them and moved them. So we were able to salvage about several boxes of 78s. Back in the day, one of the first owners of the theater also owned the broadcasting station here in town. And yes, we do have a broadcasting station. It is the smallest in the nation, but we do have one. And what people used to do was send in 78s, for their samples.
Mm-hmm.
So the records have been played once.
Wow.
And so these are all sample records of songs you've never heard of.
I was going to say, you've probably got some, because I used to do the radio for my college station. And that was one of the things, was they just had all of these old, like really weird, like obscure, like what is this album about, stingrays,
Exactly.
But so I imagine you got some really cool finds, some really unique albums there.
Yeah, there was one I found, and I was curious because every so often you'll see like a red album, it's just the color of the record that it is. I'm sorry, kids nowadays know them as vinyls. And And so I did a little deep dive search on it. I think the person who created, the singer or whatever who created the, had passed away, but I finally got in contact with the granddaughter. And so she was really curious and everything about all that I found. And it was kind of neat correspondence, about it and everything. But that's something totally different. I mean, it's more of a history of a person, of what they did try once in their life, and it may not have been a success, but yet you still have that little piece of their life history. It's kind of cool.
No, I absolutely love that stuff. I think that's awesome. Well, we're just running out of time now. But I want to say, is there anything that you wanted to plug? Anything you guys have coming up? Anything you want to, leave some parting words of wisdom for our fans?
As far as coming to our store, again, Glendive, Montana is really not that far away. The drive is pretty easy if you go on I-94, Highway 200, Highway 16. Take a look at where it all intersects. Believe it or not, we're a lot closer to many places than what people think. We are actually closer, for example, we are closer to Denver, Colorado than we are to like Missoula. I mean, Missoula, that's like 10 to 12 hours away. Denver's only 8. So if you have fans that are like in cities that think, oh, wow, Montana's just too far away, take a good look that we're not as far as you think.
Uh-huh. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And we've got your website as well, posted that in the chats. A lot of love from the fans as well, that are big fans of the store. So getting a lot of praise and positive vibes coming your way.
I got to put pops here in the background. See, ta-da, the pops.
All right. Well, Christy, thank you so much for taking the time to jump on and talk with us today. Thank you for giving us a tour of your store. And we just appreciate having you on today.
Absolutely. No, it was great meeting you face to face.
I know. So great. We'll be in touch. I'm going to get that hot sauce, that barbecue.
In person to person.
Yes, absolutely. I will be out there.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So that was Christy from Hell Creek Music and More in Glendive, Montana. Like she said, and you can see it right there, folks, it's pretty close. Wherever you are, city-wise, state-wise, I'm going to be making a trip out there eventually. I suggest you do the same as well. I could spend hours. I know we've got other segments like scheduled, but I could just spend hours looking at all of that stuff. That's one of those stores where it's like, Where's Waldo? Where it's like, oh my God, look at that. That's Kiss. Oh, look, a dinosaur. Oh, look, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, oh my gosh, aquariums too. I love it. Those are the types of stores that I absolutely love to see. So thank you very much for jumping on. And Jason, if you're ready over in the studio, I will throw it over to you, sir.
All right. Holy guacamole, dude. If you guys aren't completely mind blown like I am, I don't know what you were watching. So really kind of like Christy touched on it a little bit, but I got a chance to talk to her on the phone a couple days ago. And she touched on a little bit in the interview with Noah. Their store is like a culmination of their family. So their daughter, like she mentioned, is into dinosaurs. Her husband is into music, into guitars, obviously, and so forth. And they've, had interactions, obviously, with Kiss, getting certain things signed, Lita Ford. So everything she was mentioning, like, I saw like a Def Leppard t-shirt. Some of these rock and roll groups like really bring me back to my teen years or whatever, and just some awesome concerts that I went to. I saw one of the cooks, like Scott mentioned, love the Kiss stuff and like that. I was huge into Kiss when I was a kid, and my brother was anti-Kiss, which probably made me more into Kiss, the fact that he was anti-Kiss or whatever. And then eventually I won him over or whatever, and we both like, I don't think we ever went to a Kiss concert, but we definitely hit like Van Halen, Cinderella, Bon Jovi, Foreigner. You meant like any hair band you can think of in the 80s. My brother and I kind of hit their concerts and so forth. So again, really huge thank you to Christy. But anyway, my point was or whatever, their store is a family store. and it is a culmination basically of the family. So I was just telling Laura, like, imagine if she and her husband, had a shop or whatever, and he wanted to do this and she wanted to do that or whatever. And they were like, you know what, screw it, we're going to do it. We're going to have a shop that's going to be what you want to sell and what I want to sell, and we're going to throw it all together. Dinosaurs, fish, rock concert T-shirts and guitars and comic books. I mean, geez, oh man, rocks, fossils and stuff like that. Geez, oh man, I mean, they have like a little bit of everything. The hot sauce, the barbecue sauce, just really awesome shop. And I can't tell you how glad I am we did something with this shop. All right, so let's get to our stuff, dude. Without further ado, let's get to new release number 1. Let's do some selling for Hell Creek. So like Noah mentioned, half of the proceeds are going towards Hell Creek. So if you're interested in ordering anything that you see on the screen, this is new release 1. All you have to do is put into the notes NR1. So we're gonna give you a code for everything that we're selling. It'll be like, so this one happens to be new release 1. You can specify new release 1, cover A, cover B, cover C, cover D. If you want to have any of these books signed, you can. The writer for the Grim Fairy Tales swimsuit issue, which has a short story with Queen of Hearts, is Dave Franchini. So you're getting it signed by the writer. Joe is our owner here, the starter of Zenoscope. He can sign pretty much every single thing that we do. So again, the signatures are free. So please indicate whether you'd like to have the book signed or keep it unsigned. You can get it either way. No matter what, it's $5.99, whether you want the signatures or not. So new release 1, again, cover A being by Alfredo Reyes. Cover B is Igor Vitorino that you see there. Cover C is Sonia Modis. I'm kind of partial to that one. I'm a big fan of Sonia's stuff. Cover D is actually Jason Cardy, who I believe has changed his name to J. Cardigrade, and I'm not really certain why he did that, but I actually was fortunate enough to meet Jason Cardy at a London SuperCon way back in the day or whatever. He actually approached our booth, I think when Dave and I were there. It could have been Dave, Ralph, and I. But anyway, really awesome cover artist is Jason Cardy too as well. So please specify whether you'd like to get NR1A, B, C, or D. You can get multiple covers if you'd like. Try and keep in mind, though, the content on the inside of each book that you see there is the same. So you're getting about 25, 26 covers on the interior as well as this 8-page, 7-page story, like I mentioned, on Queen of Hearts. So I do want to, if we can do some, can we do some cam, Noah? Because I do want to, I want to show a few of the covers that are inside the book itself. So this happens to be one of my favorite eBay covers that you see there. That was from a VIP event that we did quite a few years back and so forth. But again, you're just getting some phenomenal cover art. And again, like a 6-8-page story too as well. Some covers by Vin Eltabanis, some covers by all sorts of different cover artists, some absolutely fantastic cover artists that we have in here and so forth. Jen Leonard, Keith Garvey that you see there as well. So again, you're getting phenomenal cover art as well as some short story too as well on the Queen of Hearts. And again, that written by Dave Franchini. And again, the book is just $5.99. And again, the signatures are free if you're interested. There's another Jason Cardy that you see there, a Cardigrade there as well. I believe this one's Jen Leonard, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I'm sorry, that's actually CC De La Cruz. Really cool. There's a Carla Cohen. Big fan. There's a Jen Leonard right there. All right. So again, just absolutely phenomenal cover work on the interior of that. Again, the book's just $5.99. And try and keep in mind, half of the proceeds are going to our good friends at Hell Creek. All right. So that is new release number 1. Let's rock over to new release number 2. New release 2 is a little couple weeks old, but I'm a big fan of this one. So new release 2 is actually Fairy Tale Team Up. This is something we've been doing this year, doing our fairy tale team ups. We've done Robin Hood and Gretel, Robin Hood and other characters and so forth. This one happens to be Robin Hood and Van Helsing. I actually just read this one today. I'm a big fan. So first and foremost, let's get to the covers. So new release 2 is actually going to be $6.99. The reason why it's $6.99 is this is a 48-page story. Cover A is by Guido Vigante that you see there. Cover B is Igor Vitorino. Cover C is Sonia Modis. Cover D is Pierluigi Abbondanza. I saw we actually had Pierluigi Abbondanza hopped onto the stream. Really cool over the weekend. I was actually down the shore myself, but I saw Noah reacting to Pierluigi, which was really cool. We love it when Draxgal, when Pierluigi, other artists of ours kind of just bop on. Sometimes Raven will bop on, sometimes Pat Shand, that kind of thing. So some of our writers, some of our artists sometimes will join us on streams kind of randomly. So really cool there. Again, new release number 2. It's $6.99. This is a fairy tale team up, again, with Robin Hood and Van Helsing. So taking 2 of our most iconic characters and pitting them basically against I forget what they're called. I think it's the Infernal Court. So basically the Infernal Court is like an older group of vampires and so forth. And supposedly, from what I understand, the older vampires are the faster, the more dangerous they can become. You'll find that out actually in this issue with Liesel and so forth. So again, Robin Hood and Van Helsing kind of team up to battle the Infernal Court, and Liesel's trying to almost find a diplomatic situation where they don't necessarily have to kill all these vampires and so forth, because again, basically how dangerous they are and so forth. So a really good issue, a really good team up, really cool story, and as well as you can see, obviously some phenomenal covers there. The signatures are free. If you want to get this signed, again, you can get it signed by Dave and Joe. And they'll sign for free. But again, just $6.99 on the book, and you can select as many covers as you like. Again, cover A, cover B, cover C, and D. And if you want to get multiple covers, you certainly may do so. All right, let's get to some graphic novels that we're doing today too as well. All right, so the first graphic novel that I want to talk about is Unbound. This is actually written by Ralph Tedesco. Unbound is actually one of my favorites. It's kind of like a gamer book. It's about some kids that first of all, the book is only $5. Let me point that out first and foremost. I don't know if you can see on the back right here. If you bought this in a comic shop, it's going to be $19.99 for the book itself. We're doing it for just $5 here on the stream. And again, you can also get this signed by Joe, and a signature would be free too as well. So Unbound again is kind of like a gamer book. It's a story about some kids that are gaming, and if you die in the game, you actually die in real life. There's one of the characters in in Unbound that's gone kind of hogwire or haywire and so forth, killing off other gamers, gathering XP and so forth. And the game world is called Ether, which is really kind of cool. So it's kind of got like a little bit of a like a Ready Player One feel to it, a little bit of what's that one with Harrison Ford? Yeah, a little Blade Runner feel to it too as well to me. And then what's really cool too is again the covers, which are some phenomenal covers in the Unbound and the graphic novel are all in the back of the book. So again, I'll see if I can go ahead and piece through some of the covers from some of the single issues. Again, just really phenomenal cover work in the back of the book too as well. So for $5, you were getting basically a 6-page issue. One of my favorite Keith Garvey's right there. You're getting a 6-page story a 6-issue story. I'm sorry. That's regularly $20 for just $5, along with all the cover art from all the single issues that we did way back when we did Unbound, which is really cool. And again, just as you can see, that has that huge gamer feel to it and so forth. Just really cool story and a good standalone story. So if you've never read anything before by Zenescope, Unbound's a great book to start with. You don't have to have read anything by Zenescope before to read Unbound, which actually brings us to our next graphic novel, which is also a perfect jumping on point. In fact, actually, any of the graphic or single issues that we mentioned earlier, the Robin Hood versus Van Helsing is good jumping on point. The Grim Fairy Tale swimsuit special, again, same thing, good jumping on points. I try and do that pretty much with all the single issues, all the graphic novels that we do. I want to make them like good, great jumping on points and so forth. I'm not going to be like a volume 2 of this or a volume 3 of that kind of thing, or an issue 2 or an issue 3 of this or that type of thing. I'm giving you good jumping on points and so forth. All right, so let's put up graphic novel number 2. Whoops, I think you might have the wrong cover for that one there. If you want to pop that down, that's actually Legacy. See it there? That's okay. You can keep the banner up though if you want to do that. So Graphic novel number 2 is going to be Grim Universe, and again, it's just $5. If you wanted to do, no, you can just do.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you want to just do like a faux banner or something. So again, graphic novel number 2 is going to be, again, just $5. What's really cool about Grim Universe is it is origin stories on a lot of our original characters of Grimm. So you're getting an origin story on like the Dark One. You're also getting an origin story on the Goblin Queen and so forth. You're also getting an origin story on Neptune and He-Cat and so forth, Angel. And so forth. So you're getting really cool origin stories on our Grim Universe right there. And then same thing, it has a lot of the cover art, and I'll show you some of the cover art on the interior too as well. And again, if you bought this in a comic shop, it's going to be $15.99. But here on the stream, it's just $5. Again, half of the proceeds of everything that we're selling go into our good friends at Hell Creek. Grim Universe, again, great origin stories, good jumping on point. I love the Dave Franchini Goblin Queen. You got to get a feel for how the Goblin Queen came to be and so forth, how she came to be the Goblin Queen in the first place. And again, some just phenomenal covers on the interior of the book. There's the Anthony Spey version of the Dark One that you see there. And again, just some older, phenomenal cover work again on the interior. This is one of my favorites right here by Mike Caprati. Mike Caprati is actually a local artist to us. I think he actually makes his home here in PA. Big fan of his stuff. This one's Stefan Sejic. Well, we actually met Stefan one time out in San Diego, Comic-Con and so forth. So again, some really cool cover work in the back of the book, again, for just $5, which to me makes it a steal of steals. There's a little Mike DeBalfo. Older cover of his too as well. So that's the cover gallery that you see there and so forth. So Grim Universe, again, all origin stories on individual characters from our Grim Universe, which is really cool. All right, let's get to everybody's favorite section. All right, so we're selling some diamond books. Try and keep in mind that we're doing some diamond books in limited supply. One of the reasons why we do them in limited fashion is a lot of the comic shops that contribute to our diamond retailer program are getting these books at a highly discounted rate and so forth, and they're carrying a lot of our covers and so forth for us, so they're doing a good job in that. All right. So without further ado, let's bring up July, which is going to be book number 1. This is a cover of, a book cover work by Josh Burns. It is a 400 print run. You're getting this for only $10. So July is the code that we're looking for. So please put July if you're interested in this book. July is the code that we're looking for, not book number 1. And this is our July Diamond Retailer exclusive cover, our bronze level. Again, a cover by Josh Burns. The book itself is our Grimm Fairy Tale swimsuit, which actually was the book I just showed you earlier. So if you're interested in getting the $10 version or the exclusive version, that would be this. The book itself is Grimm Fairy Tale Swimsuit 2024. It's cover F as in Frank. And again, it's just $10. So once we get to about 20 people or so, maybe we'll jot down a couple extra names. I'll give Laura a little bit of time to go ahead and do so. This is again a cover by Josh Burns. It has those exact interiors like I showed you earlier. So not only does it have that cover by Josh Burns that you see there, but then it also has awesome interior artwork. Again, some stuff by Keith Garvey, Ebass, and so forth. Some phenomenal cover art. Jen Leonard. Here's a Michael Dooney in the back that I didn't show you earlier. So again, the interior has that 6 to 8 page story written by Dave Franchini on our Queen of Hearts. And then also it has the cover art that I mentioned on the interior too as well. So a good 26 pages of all cover art on the interior there too as well. So if you're interested in July, please put July into the notes and that'll be it. Antonio saying this buying group is looking like the VIPs of VIP. I'm seeing all VIPs across the board. Kyle, Mark, Antonio, Georgia, Joe, good to see you. Deb Henniger, always good to talk to you too as well. I got a chance to talk to Deb on the phone a couple of weeks ago. I was trying to entice her to come out to the VIP event, but I believe I was unsuccessful. So again, that is July. So if you're interested in that, put July into the notes. All right, without further ado, let's rock on. So those are all the confirmations on July, all the people that got that book. So we have, I'm sure we have about 20 there. All right, So again, book number 2 is going to be fireworks, dude. Hopefully, I want you guys to stay safe. All right, stay safe. If you're going to be putting some fireworks in your hands on Thursday, on Friday, if you're going to be setting some fireworks off this weekend, I want you guys to do it safely. All right, don't pull a Jason Pierre-Paul and do something crazy. Try and be safe out there. All right, try and do some grilling. All right, do some grilling, some chilling, some by the pool. Get your family together, get your friends together, and so forth. Be safe out there, kids. All right, so fireworks is what we're looking for here. This is a cover by Keith Garvey. The reason why the book is $20 is it is a 250 print run. So again, has that Grimm Fairy Tale swimsuit issue. This one happens to be cover G. This is our July diamond silver level. So it's basically taking the cover, but making it a little bit more limited. That's why it's a little bit more expensive. Try and keep in mind, too, half of the proceeds are going to our good friends at Hell Creek. And then also, too, a lot of our 250 print runs we normally do for $25 or more. So you're getting actually a little bit of a discount on this book at $20. So again, our July Diamond Retailer exclusive, again, a cover by Keith Garvey. That is Karis, who's on the cover there. Karis is kind of like our goddess of death, our female Grim Reaper. I understand we're actually going to be doing a Kickstarter in the month of August coming up on our Grim Tales of Terror that we're really excited about. We're going to be actually getting out to some of the local comic shops around here. And then also, too, we're going to be sending out some free books to other comic shops and so forth, kind of spreading the word about our Kickstarter. So we're really excited about that. Again, that'll be our Grim Tales of Terror Kickstarter. That'll start, I believe it's towards the latter part of July and then running into August too as well. So something be on the lookout for that. We'll give you more details as we have them. But this is fireworks that we're looking for here. Again, it's $20. The book is covered by Keith Garvey. And again, that is Karis, who is our goddess of death on the cover there that you see there. And again, the interior is the same. It has that Grim Fairy Tales swimsuit. So it has those multiple covers on the interior as well. Whoops, that's not one of our covers. That's a little ad. Then it has the multiple covers on the inside. And then also, again, that 5 8-page story, like I mentioned, on Queen of Hearts, written by Dave Franchini. All right, so let's rock on. Let's go to our third book. We're looking for USA on the code for the third book. Third book is actually going to be Keith Garvey. This is going to be like our lace version or our lingerie version, a little bit more expensive. The reason why it's $40, this is a 150 print run, so only 150 made of this book. This is our gold level July, excuse me. This is our gold level July Diamond Retailer exclusive. And again, a cover by Keith Garvey. Again, the interior is the same. It's that Grim Fairy Tales 2024 swimsuit special. This one happens to be cover H as in Henry. But again, a 150 print run, so a little bit more expensive than $40. And again, USA is the code that we're looking for. I want to reiterate, if you've never bought from us before, make sure you shoot us an email at VCons, which is VCONS, at Zenoscope, so that way we can get your particulars as far as where we're shipping stuff to, that kind of thing. So if you've never bought from us before, we want to be able to figure out where we're going to be sending these books to you and so forth, whether you bought new release 1, new release 2, maybe one of the graphic novels, possibly some of the books that we're talking about now. This one is USA is the code that we're looking for here. We're going to do about 10 or 15 of these. And again, a 150 print run. That's the reason why it's $40. And again, also keep in mind, too, half of the proceeds are going to our good friends at Hell Creek. It's Christy and her husband, Steve. And as she mentioned, her daughter, I don't know if she mentioned her daughter's name, but I know she said her daughter was big time into dinosaurs. Me, too. All right. Big fan. Dude, who has a dinosaur in their store hanging from the ceiling that's like a 30-foot dinosaur? Like, dude, that's crazy.
Kick ass.
Dude, that's freaking awesome. And then they had the Kiss mural on the ceiling with the guitar, the 11-foot guitar.
Official Kiss Army headquarters.
Dude, Kiss Army, dude. I think I sent away from my Kiss Army something. I was part of Kiss Army when I was like 11 or 12 or something. And again, my brother was like anti-Kiss, which made me more into Kiss. And then, of course, he converted somewhere when we were in high school. Like he was around 17. I think I was like 14, and he converted. I converted him. That's right. I don't know if he converted the Kiss Army, but he converted. All right, dude. So let's rock on. Let's go to our last book. in that same segment. I'm going to call it family. And family is going to be $75. The reason why family is $75 is you'll see that Z-rated bar that you see there. The book is not necessarily a complete and utter topless cover. It's more of a sheer cover, like she's wearing, I guess, lingerie that's a little bit see-through, I should say. We don't have any oopsies. We are just giving you the Z-rated bar. Sorry about that for those of you that are looking for a little bit more. Again, the book on the interior is once again Grim Fairy Tale Swimsuit. It is 2024. It has that 6 to 8 page story by Dave Franchini on Queen of Hearts, and then also those interior covers that I've been showing kind of each and every time. The reason why this one is $75 is a 75 print run. There's only 75 made of this cover. Normally we do our topless stuff, our sheer books for $100 or more. So certainly getting a discount at $75. Again, Keith Garvey, once again, doing absolutely fantastic work. This is our July Diamond Retailer. This is our platinum level. So not a lot of stores have family. So to me, this is an ideal way of grabbing family. If you're interested in grabbing it, do so and so forth. So again, if you're interested in Grim Fairy Tales 2024, the swimsuit issue, this one happens to be cover I. The 75 print run, this is a cover by Keith Garvey. And again, it's that sheer version. You see that Z-rated bar that you see there. So there's no nudity or topless covers on the interior. Once again, the interior is going to have those covers that I mentioned earlier, some of these swimsuit covers and so forth. But the cover itself of the book is the book that you see there. So again, that Z-rated 75 print run. And family is the code that we're looking for. Did we have nobody order that? No, did we? Oh, can you scroll down? I'm like, I think I'm behind on my, yeah, if you could. So anyway, those are the 4 diamond books that we're doing. We also have a print too as well. The print is limited to 25. So let's put up the print. The print is going to be $30. The print's going to have the Hell Creek logo that you see on there, which is really cool. It has that dinosaur logo that you kind of saw on the hot sauce, as well as the barbecue sauce too, as well, that Christy was talking about, which is really, really cool. So again, has their Hell Creek logo on the print. Try and keep in mind there's only 25 copies of the print. This is an 11 by 17 print. So I don't think we have. Do we have any prints in here that I can kind of like show like depth wise? I don't think we do. All right. So again, it's 11 by 17. So figure this is an 8 by 10. Figure the print itself is going to be 11 by 17. So obviously a really good size to it. Again, 11 by 17. And again, once again, the cover artist is Keith Garvey. This is not a book though. So that's one thing I want to kind of reiterate and stress to you. By buying the print, you're just getting the print itself. It doesn't have that 8-page story that I mentioned by Dave. It doesn't have all those interior covers to it too as well. This is actually just the print itself, but it does have the really cool Hell Creek logo that you see there, which is really awesome. So again, the print is by Keith Garvey. And if you're interested in that, the print, again, is $30. Try and keep in mind, again, all half of the proceeds go into our good friends at Hell Creek. All right, last but not least, we do have a special pack too as well. The pack is 3 topless books that are a little bit older for us. These were all covers. One by Elias Chadzudas, another by Michael Dooney, another by Keith Garvey too as well. So older covers that were all $100 each. But we're actually doing the special pack just for $250. So you're getting all 3 covers here for $250. Try and keep in mind, each one of these covers when they first came out were $100. These were our live stream collectibles from 2023 with a few different months. I think we sold out of January. I think we also sold out of March too as well, which is one of the reasons why I did February, April, and May. But anyway, again, covered by Elias Chadzudas. That is our Grim Universe Presents, our Cinder Fairy World Massacre. That's actually a standalone story. The Phoenix Files issue 2. That was a 3 issue series, if I'm not mistaken. That covered by Michael Dooney that you see in the middle there. And then Cinderella Queen of Hearts issue 1. That was also a 3 issue series. I'm sorry. That one by Keith Garvey. So all those are actually completely Z-rated covers. Those are completely topless covers. But again, the cover itself is the is the topless art that you're getting. There's no topless art or anything risque on the interiors of the covers or interior of the books, I should say, as far as the books are concerned. So again, the pack, if you're interested in that, just put special in the notes and that'll work. And again, it has those 3 covers that were all $100 when they first came out, now for just $250. All right, I think that pretty much brings us to a close. Again, I want to say a huge thank you to Noah for doing the interview. Huge thank you to Christy for starting outside and walking us through the store, walking us around. Again, if you didn't get a chance to see the interview with Christy, if you're just joining us late and maybe you popped on just for the books and so forth in the selling segment, please review the stream earlier, because I can tell you right now, you're going to be absolutely wowed like we were. Just with the sheer amount of amazingness in this store. I was remarking to Laura, it looks like almost like a department store size. So there's Hell Creek's website. They literally have hot sauce, barbecue sauce, guitars, t-shirts, posters, comic books, rocks, fossils, dinosaur stuff, fish tank supplies and stuff like that. Like I kind of was mentioning earlier, like literally the store is a hodgepodge of their family and what their family loves. And I can tell you right now, I love everything that their family loves. So really cool store, really cool shop. I can tell you right now, if we're ever in Montana, there's no way we're not hitting that place, dude. And I think she mentioned it was about 7-8 hours from Denver. So really cool there. I think that's going to pretty much bring us to a close. Do we have a graphic on when our next stream is? Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and pop that up. So our VIP Beach Blast, if you're interested in joining us for that, try and keep in mind this is VIP only. So we're going to be sending out a link. Well, I guess I'm assuming we're not doing this via Facebook, right? Right. We'll figure it out. We're going to be streaming. This is only for VIP official. If you are not a VIP with Zenescope, please head over to Zenescope.com. Put VIP in the search engine. That'll tell you a little bit more about what VIP entitles. It's basically our way of rewarding you for the purchases that you make and so forth. But not only with us, also through your local comic shop. So if you're buying at Hell Creek and you're interested in becoming a VIP with us, you can submit your receipts from Hell Creek and so forth to us on your Zenescope purchase product there, and they will all count as points. And that's a little bit about our VIP program. So again, VIP Beach Blast will be a one-day thing. There's our Philly VIP event. All right, so this is going to be off the chain. All right, our Philly VIP event is August 23rd and 24th. As you can see, we got 7 cover artists: Elias Chadzudas, Drax Gal, Keith Garvey, Ali Garza, Mike Crome, Nei, and Anthony Spey. We're going to have CGC physically on site with us on Friday. We're doing kind of like a signing there. Make sure you tap into our web store as far as details on the VIP event, how we're doing it and so forth, because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a lot of fun, actually. And then Saturday too as well. Saturday will be the VIP event itself. We also got Movie Club. So I'm assuming we're doing Nightmare on Elm Street, dude. Great movie choice right there, dude. Big fan. All right, so Movie Club, and that'll be Wednesday, July. Whoops, can you go back to that? I'm sorry. So Wednesday, July 31st at 6 p.m., and that'll be with Ralph, with Noah, Brian O'Halloran, Marilyn, Crystal Starr too as well. Join us. We're going to be talking about again Nightmare on Elm Street, a 1984 classic. Freddy Krueger, dude, big fan. All right, and that's going to come with the Elias Chadzudas cover. All right, and then new this month, there's some new releases. We already talked about actually the Grim Fairy Tale swimsuit issue, which actually comes out this Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Wonderland Return to Madness issue 1 that comes out the following Wednesday on 7/10, and then Van Helsing Hexed is going to come out on July 17th too as well. And then we're delving a little back into the Man Goat and Bunny Man, dude. So Man Goat and Bunny Man was one of our best-selling series a couple years back and so forth. We're going to be delving back into that. Beware of the Pigman, dude. All right, and that'll be on July 24th. And then last but certainly not least is Grim Fairy Tales 86. That comes out at the very end of the month, July 31st. So again, huge thank you to Hell Creek. Huge thank you to Noah for doing the interview. Huge thank you to Steve and Christy and their entire family for their shop and inviting us in. Huge thank you to all you guys out there in the stream. Thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for buying some books. Thanks for stopping in, even if you didn't buy anything or whatever. We really appreciate you viewing us and so forth. If you're not familiar with Zenescope, check out Zenescope.com for everything that is Zenescope. We're kind of a Grim Fairy Tales, dark, twisted, strong female characters. We do a little bit of everything. Hopefully you can catch us at a convention. And speaking of which, we're actually going to be out at San Diego Comic-Con in a couple of weeks. We'll be doing San Diego. If you want to stop by our booth, please go ahead and do so. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, hey, be safe. Be safe out there. July 4th. All right, be safe out there. Have a good time and enjoy yourselves. And we are